Hi there. Welcome to Alaska Virtual Airlines. My name is Cam, and this is your new hire introduction video. The video will give you everything you need to know to do your first flight with AlaskaVA. Once you receive your welcome email, the first thing you're going to want to do is obviously watch this video, and after that, go to www.alaskava.org. Go ahead and click Crew Center, and you'll be redirected to this page. Go ahead and log in with your email address and password, and hit Login. You'll then be redirected to our Crew Center. Here you can see the main dashboard, airline operations, flight operations, and pilot resources. Over in the dashboard, you have your pilot ID, our VA tours, and any other NOTAMs here, our Discord, which we highly recommend for any pilot to join. We have our pilot leaderboard and Battle of the Hubs. The first thing you're going to want to do is go over to Downloads, go over to Smart Cars, and click Download. You're also going to want to take a look at our VA approved aircraft list as well as our SOPs. I'll go ahead and download that right now. Once you hit download on Smart Cars, you're going to want to go over to tfdidesign.com/smartcars.php and scroll all the way down to the bottom. Then you'll be able to see everything that you need to download in order to get Smart Cars working properly on your computer. For this one here, if you have P3D, Microsoft Flight Sim, or FSX, you're going to want to download FSUIPC. And if you're running X-Plane 11, you're going to want to download XPUIPC. Once you have all these downloaded, you can go over and log in to Smart Cars, which looks like this. And we'll get into Smart Cars here in a little bit. Now, how do you book a flight? Well, the first thing you want to do is go over to Flight Operations and click Book a Flight. Then you're going to want to go over to the departure airport. And for this purposes, we'll put in Seattle. And for our arrival airport, we'll put in Portland. And go and click Find Flights. And here you'll see a list of all of the flights from Seattle to Portland. You can see the schedule menu. We can go back to search or go to your book flights. And let's just go ahead and click on Alaska 135. And it's important to note that you don't exactly have to meet these departure arrival times or the equipment as long as it's within the VA approved aircraft list. Once you decide on your flight, you're going to want to hit Add to Bid, and it'll switch to Bid Added. Next thing you're going to do is go over to your booked flights. And here you'll see Alaska 135 pop up. The first one says File PIREP. You can do this at the end of your flight if for some reason Smart Cars doesn't work, and you'll be able to file one manually, and we'll get into that a little bit later. If you want to remove the bid, go ahead and double click on Remove Bid. If you click on Pilot Brief, you can put in all this information, click Generate Official Flight Plan, and if you have a SimBrief account, you'll be redirected, and you can go ahead and see our official flight plan with SimBrief. Finally, if you want to click Boarding Pass and see our boarding pass, you can do so right here. Once you have all your flight plan and you're ready to go, you're going to load up into your sim, and you're going to open Smart Cars. Go ahead and go to Flights, hit refresh if you need to, and you're going to see Alaska 135 pop up right here, and you're going to want to click Fly. You'll have all the information right here, and you'll be able to see all our aircraft, and you can fly any one of these as long as it has the correct livery. So if for some reason, which there isn't, but if you wanted to fly 787 on this route, it would be able to float. You would not be able to fly it under the Alaska name because there's no Alaska livery for a 787. Let's just leave it as is for now. Here you can see what network you're flying on, whether offline, FATSIM, IVAO, Pilot Edge, FS Cloud, POSCON, or any other. And if you do fly online, we ask that you please put in your remarks www.alaskava.org, especially if you're flying on VATSIM, because we are partnered with VATSIM and they need to keep account of how many flights we do on VATSIM per day. Here you'll be able to see the number of passengers, and you can set that as you need to. And you'll also be able to see the altitude that you're flying at. Next thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and click Route, and you can insert your route right here. And here's for any PIREP comments, and this is where you'll put in the link for the manual PIREP, which we'll get into in just a second. Once you hit that, go ahead and click Start, and you'll be redirected to your AirCars page. Since I'm not in the sim right now, I'll just go ahead and click View PIREPs and put in Seattle right here and just click Search for a second. And here you can see all the flights that I've done from Seattle. Let's just click on Seattle to Jackson Hole and click View Details for example. Then you're going to see our entire tracking of this flight. Once you are done flying your flight, you'll see a page similar to this, except with a button right here that says File PIREP. And you're going to want to click that, and it'll go directly over to the staff page, and we'll be able to accept your PIREP. Now, what exactly constitutes an acceptable PIREP? Well, that can be found in the SOP, but we'll go ahead and review it right now, just so you're familiar. Here's a quick conduct, and it's right down here. 3.1 PIREP rejections. So Alaska Virtual Airlines has the right to reject any pilot's PIREPs for the following reason. If you go ahead and mid-air refuel that rejection for a PIREP, a landing rate of over -600, double dipping, which is flying the same flight for 2 virtual airlines, flying a flight at a sim rate of 1x speed or higher, so anything that isn't normal speed is going to be rejection of a PIREP. Diversions are accepted, except that pilots are required to place a comment in the PIREP of where you diverted to and for what reason. And you can go ahead and see that right there in the PIREP comment section. This is where you're going to put that in. Finally, if you fly an aircraft that's not on our approved aircraft list or has an incorrect livery on it, let's say you're flying an Alaska flight, but it's got an American Airlines livery on it, that's going to be a rejection right there. If you have any questions, please let me know. After all that's done, let's go ahead and talk about filing a manual PIREP. If for some reason that you can't get smart cars to work or you just forget to start it, which does happen sometimes, you can file your PIREP manually by clicking Flight Operations and File a PIREP. And it says right here, you must provide proof of the flight, either through VATSIM or a Volanta link. And if it's not provided, it will be rejected because essentially we need to know that you flew your flight. So you're going to put all your aircraft information in right here, your route, and then in the comment, you're going to put that link either through Volanta or through VATSIM or any other flight tracker. You can go ahead and put that right here and click File Report, and we'll get it ready. If you have any questions and you want to put something on the forums, you can do that right here. If you want to contact any of the staff, you can see all of our staff email right here, or you can email info@alaskava.org as well. Here's our tour center, where you can see all the active tours we have right now, such as the FMS Alaska Milk Run, our first birthday bash, the SkyWest E175 delivery tour, our summer bash, and Friday night Bottle the Throttles. Finally, if you go over to our download section one more time and go, you can see we have some checklists for you, as well as some VA exclusive liveries. And you can go ahead and take a look at the rest of these on your own time and just go ahead and discover the page, which we highly encourage you to do. But for flying your first flight, it's not super important. We're not going to go into much detail. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email any one of the staff or go onto our Discord and you can give us a private message through there. Thanks so much and happy flying.